My name is Dave Votypka. I'm the creative director on Star Trek Bridge Crew.
David, what are you showing here with Star Trek Bridge Crew?
So this is our preview event here. We're showing the first 4 missions of the campaign and then a couple missions on the original Enterprise from our ongoing Voyages mode, which is the randomized mission generator mode. So we're revealing more content than we've ever shown before and getting people to see the different types of mission styles that are in the game.
So I know it's kind of hard to explain a VR game without actually experiencing it, but do your best for Star Trek Bridge Crew.
Well, so imagine if you've grown up watching Star Trek, watching the actors be on the bridge and manipulate their stations and interact with each other. And in many ways, that's the heart of the brand, I think, is that Bridge Crew experience. So that's what VR allows us to do. It allows us to, A, bring you into the bridge, like transcend from your regular everyday existence to actually step on the bridge and use hand tracking to interact with the panels. And additionally, you turn and you see other players around you, and you can wave at them, and you can talk to them, and you see their actual movements. So you can really, truly have that sort of bridge experience in VR, which is really, I think, the first time, or why this game wasn't really made before, is because the technology just didn't really exist to make it.
So talk about the different positions you can play in the game.
So of course there's Captain, which I'll talk about at the end, Engineering, Helm, and Tactical. So Helm is primarily responsible for flying the ship, traveling impulse and warp. Tactical is about operating weapons, shields, scanning, and there's some new systems we put in like subsystem targeting and system intrusion. Engineering is about routing power, repairs, power distribution, and we have a new system for engineering where you can reroute power from different systems to overcharge a system or to deal with the situations like, oh, we need greater phaser range, and if you leave it in that mode for too long, the panel is going to overheat and the systems will overheat, so it gives the engineer a lot more to do. And then ultimately, the captain is there to coordinate the crew. So you can actually play the game with 1 to 4 players. So the captain can give orders to NPCs, or if it's all 4 players, and the captain is really the person with the most information in the room about the game, about the mission. So we designed it specifically that way to have the captain be relied upon by the crew, and really also when you're facing situations with multiple dilemmas, then it's really about the captain making those decisions. And the better the crew is coordinated, the more effective the team will really be in the mission.
What was it like working with CBS with the Star Trek property, and what did they supply in terms of support to help make this game a reality?
CBS was really great. From the very first time that we pitched the game to them, they were like, yes, we've wanted a Star Trek game like this, but the technology never really exists to make it. So we talked about putting it in the Kelvin timeline, basing the visuals at least off of the films. So they sent us a bunch of assets from that, from like the videos that were on the back screens of the bridges in the films, to a bunch of high-res set photos and schematics and blueprints. And I was just like, wow, I just feel like we've stepped into the world of building Star Trek, and that was a really cool experience. We also recreated the original bridge, the Shatner-era bridge from 1966. And we got to talk to Michael Okuda, who's done a lot of work on many bridges in Star Trek, from the graphic designs of the screens and set recreations of the original bridge as well. So Okuda's kind of a legend in the Star Trek community, so that was awesome to be able to interact with people like that. Then, of course, we filmed a trailer with the 3 actors, Jerry Ryan, LeVar Burton, and Carl Urban. So the journey and the people we got to interact with along the way was really cool.
Now talk about the replica. Is it an exact replica, or did you have to make some adjustments for gameplay reasons?
Yeah, good question. So the original bridge, we tried, basically authenticity was our #1 goal with that bridge. But there's some interesting things, like for example, which button is the phasers on the tactical station? And the actors really never press the same button every time in an episode, right? So there's some super fans out there that created some blueprints that were kind of a consensus just by watching the episodes. Usually it was like this. So that was kind of one reference we tried to loosely look at. We talked to Michael Okuda as well, so he had a lot of feedback. And then I got to go to upstate New York in Ticonderoga, where there's a set recreation that James Cawley worked on. 15 years of his life it took to build this, and it's the entire set from the 1966 show that they used to film. And the level of detail and passion that he put into it is amazing. So I got to take pictures of every square inch of the bridge, and that was a big help to the team as well.
When does the game come out? What platforms will it be on?
The game comes out on May 30th on PSVR, Rift, and Vive, and it's also cross-play between all 3.